Welcome everybody to Season 2 of Farming Valley. The reason why we have Season 2 is I wasn't getting very far with Season 1. Well, I got to the stage of making wheat from bees. That was great. I then ran into a little bit of problem with having biomes aplenty, not finding the biomes that I required to find extra bees. That was a problem. And also, I've come to realize that I am going to need to play Farming Valley with a difficulty mode that's more than peaceful. I mean, I can play peaceful for a while, but there's going to be a stage where I'm going to have to need to farm monsters, and with that end in mind, I don't know where I was going with that. To help me with this, I have added a mod to the pack, namely the mod called More Overlays, which will give me overlays for light, like such. And I don't know why I decided to do that. Let's just go back to my first person view, get my HUD up. Let's try that again. Yep, there we go. So as you see, it re-adds the cross hatches, whatever they were, to Minecraft itself. So, well, the 1.10, where there wasn't 1.10 in the first place. Right, so we are starting from a fresh map with a vanilla biome generation. So we've got this nice little plains area here, which is quite essential for our bee breeding later on. And I've managed to find this village, which has got a really nice laid out area here with roads and the such. So what I'm going to need to do first of all is check out the achievement book, untick all these things because it seems to have carried this over from my previous save. In fact, there was a few things I had not even checked off. Okay, done. So we have to. Okay, I am playing in peaceful mode because the hard as nails mod I really don't like. Sure, once I get to the point where I need to have like a mob farm running, I'll have basically the means to farm water bottles from other sources rather than going through the whole what am I trying to say? Oh, that's right, the charcoal malarkey. Okay, so we've got a nice little, we got even like it's even desert biome over here, so that's going to be great for hello cat, come on in your basket. Thank you. If you've been following my Twitter, you have just seen the talent director of the Raetac Rages channel. So we've got a nice little desert biome here, so that's going to be great later on if we want to breed desert bees. So that's something we can do. Now we've got to breed. Will you make up your mind where you're going? Out. That way. It's nice when cats... in your basket. Come on. There you go. Cat bombing. It's just terrible, it tells you. Right, the flower. So we've got to summon the harvest goddess. So that's not too hard. We can use this land that we've got available to us. So we're just going to dig some dirt blocks here. Hello. This is not the impression I wish to be making on new people. So can you please move along? Thank you. Right. So we got one there. And one there, and hello cat. I wonder if I can get away with that. Hang on. I'd be doing this all wrong. And I'm just going to ignore the cat. Right. So 2 holes. Fill the holes with water. Right. Ah, we need clay. Yes, well, that's going to make things a little bit more difficult. We need to go find some clay. So we can get started with the Harvest Festival. Yes! So hopefully I'll be able to find some in this river here, and we'll be right back. Alright, we've got our clay, and it seems to be that this biome here is taiga. Now, if I remember rightly, this is a biome that is cool, or a colder biome. Oh, there's some white flowers. I'm going to get them later. Oh, we got rabbits. I don't think I've actually seen the rabbits. They what? They got. It's got a top hat, and that one's got a suit. What the? Maybe it was Biomes of Plenty that was messing. Say, oh, this is great. This is a fantastic location we've got here, peoples. We've got plains. We've got a cold biome nearby. We've got a hot biome nearby. It's going to be great for bees for later. Right. So we are going to have to find a furnace of some sort. I'm pretty sure we should be able to find one in the village here. Maybe. Or I'm definitely going to have to punch some trees. We need some lumber. And tools. Tools would be nice too. Yay, we've got wood. Fantastic. And some other stuff. Right. Yes, don't mind me. Right. Is there a blacksmith in town? Something tells me the answer to that is no. We've actually got an obsidian tree, which is unusual. I never known that would be a thing with the vanilla generation, but apparently it is. Also, having this village nearby is also quite handy when it comes to having like crops, or actually wheat, grown wheat in patches here where we can actually start farming our bees also. So that's going to be handy too. So I've chosen this for location. The only thing it's not good for is actually stone, which I'm going to have to make a pickaxe and go digging. By the looks of things. So I might just... we'll take this guy's house. And we're going to make it our mine. Yay for basic equipment. Crafting tables, always good. Right. Oh, that's right, we've got a stone pickaxe from the bonus chest that I always like to start with. Excuse me, Wally. This is now the mine entrance. Maybe I should... Actually, do I have not quite enough? Do I have not quite enough? No. I wish to make an axe. Can I ask you a question? Right. We're going to do just a little bit of remodeling here. So this is going to be the entrance to our vanilla mine shaft. Yes, I'm using a pickaxe with dirt. Just deal with it. Right. We've also got to appropriate... I might steal somebody else's house to put a furnace in, or I might actually just make one for myself. Oh, limestone. Uh-oh. That's not going to be good. Because I want stone. This is limestone. I don't think I can actually work with limestone. Well, we'll be right back once I get a furnace up and running. Well, I've decided that I'm actually going to take this house for my own. This one right across from the mine. It's pretty a central location, and I'm going to expand out the actual house structure itself to make it a little bit bigger. Maybe even like copy the structure somewhat. And yeah, we'll do something around that in between time. So we've got our furnace down. We'll put our clay in there. We managed to find some coal. Fantastic. And we'll place our crafting table down here. And while that's cooking, well, it won't take that long. Now, to dissuade villagers from coming into here, we're just going to pop out the door, and we're going to place down a chest just there, so I can just dump some of the other stuff. I really would love to know, is there actually anything else I can really do with limestone apart from chisel stuff? It seems it's only really good for chiseled. Okay, well, we might be able to work something in there. Okay, we've got our bricks, fantastic. Right, so we've got our flower pot. Right. So we go to our water structures. Eventually I'm going to get to a point of having all this nicely smoothed out. There are some paths around this area that I will be removing. Okay, so we want 2 spots of water, right? So there's 1. There's 2. Just like that. Okay, flower pot. Flower. Another flower. Flower, and I hope that, hopefully that's right. Yes. And stick. Right. And the magic doth happen. Yay! We made the goddess's bounty. Now we can just make our pond back the way it was. Chuck that in there. And we have the goddess again. Hello. Yes. Have we met? This is what... No, I know what I'm doing. Well then, I must have lost my memory. Here to have some flowers. Hopefully they'll make you forget forget this ever happened. No. How are we? Okay, well what we have to do from here is chop down some trees and gift her the logs. How many? I cannot remember. But we're going to hit up this forest area, and we'll be right back. Okay, throwing the flower back in. Waiting. Right, happy to give you... Yes, it was definitely wood. How much, I'm not entirely sure, but she took it all. All 23, the greedy... Okay, we got the carpenter blueprint, so that's fantastic. Right, now for zoning. This is also one of the other reasons I really wanted to restart my game, because I was getting to a stage, I was running backward and forward to the general store way too often, and the location I had it in was not a... It wasn't very I wouldn't say appropriate. It was very inefficient. So I was running backward and forth, and then even the blacksmith was out of place. So I'm going to have those two buildings, those two structures, the blacksmith and the general store, very close together and very close to my base of operations. So the carpenter's house, it's not going to be anywhere near that. I'm pretty sure I'm going to take this pathway out. I might hide it somewhere around the other side of the village. Maybe join those two paths up here and we'll have it here. I reckon that sounds like a good idea. Right click. Nah, that was not in a good spot. I want to keep that farm as best as I can. Now, is that better? Yep, that'll do. Right, Ulif, away you go. Right, cool. So the first building is constructing. I can do that. Now, in between times, what can we do? I'm going to go through these pathways and see which pathways I want to keep and which ones I want to get rid of. I'm going to make some steps along some of these paths so I don't have to be jumping up them all the time, although I could use the auto jump, but I really don't like using that, so we're going to be making that a bit of a feature. So yeah, general store will be probably located somewhere around here, and the blacksmith very, very close by, probably around here maybe. And the general farms will be just out this way, past the general store. Could probably level this area out a lot more too for the farmlands. Or I could just raise the level to this to here. It's probably easier just to drop the whole area. We don't really need a huge farm, as I've discovered. If anything that you can really plant 64 plots of 3x3 is large enough. It's definitely large enough. Let's get rid of that glass block. Grass block. Alright, so there's not much to do except watch him work, let him do his thing. And thank you everybody for coming along to this episode, the inaugural episode of Season 2 of Farming Valley. If you've liked this video and like to see the season continue on, please do click that like button. If you want to see anything else I've done in the past, do go ahead and check out some of the playlists over to the right hand side. Well folks, I've been Raetac. I'll see you next time.